All right, guys, so we're here. The crypto investigators are going to be investigating DAG in this episode. So DAG stands for Constellation. So that's what we're going to be looking at in this video. So let's take a look first at CoinMarketCap. We have our DAG Constellation loaded here. So right now the DAG price is at around 18 cents. And we can see here that the total and max supply of DAG is around 3.7 billion coins, with currently about 1.27 billion DAG in circulating supply, which we can see here is about 1/3, 34%. So currently, right now, DAG again is at around 18 cents, and we can see over here the all-time high for DAG looks to be around 41 cents. And currently, DAG is in an uptrend with the current altcoin market. So let's get into what DAG is all about. So the DAG token, so DAG, the whole network is called the Constellation Network, and the main token again is the DAG token. And DAG is the financial state channel of the Constellation Network. It allows for seamless exchange and interaction between the various state channels and nodes that make up the network. DAG binds the network components together so that they relate to one another. So, what is the utility of DAG? Well, we all know that Bitcoin does not provide really a utility besides a store of value. DAG provides a second functional value as tokenized throughput or bandwidth on the network. At the same time, basic rate limited functionality will remain free, allowing users to send single transactions for one-off P2P payments. For any serious data processing or data exchanges, more throughput is needed. This is acquired through DAG micropayments or by contributing resources as a node operator to the network. So the whole concept of this DAG token has to do with data, which we're going to get into. So here we see it's a data-focused token. So DAG allows for the attribution of value to data, whether it's a single package of data or an entire data stream traded in real time on event basis. DAG provides a decentralized data marketplace for the data economy, and in doing so, it enables datapreneurship for individual and corporate users who can securely and compliantly monetize their data. So let's take a quick look at how DAG works. So we can see here we have this graphic in the middle where it's composed of DAG nodes, which appears to be the central component. And bridging off of the DAG nodes, you have the DAG channel hybrid nodes that connect to the state channel nodes. And again, everything we can see here is interconnected. So the hybrid nodes we can see over here on the left, they perform consensus for multiple state channels and for DAG, and each state channel can license or share its data to accounts, either by granting access rights via payment in DAG or throughput allowance for validating data as a node operator. Hybrid nodes allow for direct license exchange via atomic commits from hybrid nodes. Importantly, in contrast to classical blockchain solutions, Constellation's network architecture is based on the concept of microservices. This means that as a network adoption grows, different types of application-specific or task-specific hybrid nodes are foreseeably created. And these hybrid nodes ultimately allow for cross-chain liquidity, while DAG is the financial aspect that ties all types of state channels, data, or currencies together. So that's a little bit of an intro into DAG. And now we're going to go on and talk about their next claim to fame, which is their Hypergraph network. So Hypergraph network, the acronym that they use is HGTP. And what that is, it's a distributed ledger technology known as Directed Acyclic Graph DAG. That's where DAG comes from. That's what DAG means. Protocol with a novel reputation-based consensus model called Proof of Reputable Observation. So this is called PRO. So when you see that come up, that is their model, proof of reputable observation. And Hypergraph is a feeless, decentralized network that supports the transfer of DAG currency. So when we're talking about HGTP, you might see these guys on Twitter a lot. All the DAG fans have HGTP semicolon backslash backslash and then whatever their Twitter handle is. So that's basically referencing the hypergraph, and it's kind of similar. And we can take a look over here. It's similar to HTTPS, which we should be a little bit more familiar with because that's kind of what we put in to our web pages. So it's Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, and that's the secure version of HTTP, which is the primary protocol used to send data. Again, here we have data between a web browser and a website. So it's a form of communicating the data from point A to point B. And then, so again, that is very similar to the hypergraph, where it's using it through the blockchain. So we've kind of talked a little bit here about state channels. So state channels, those are their microservices, and the Constellation Hypergraph network is a collection of these microservices. And again, they're called state channels. And what each state channel does is it validates specific data types with user-defined validation functions. These state channels form a distributed network architecture that can accommodate real-world big data use cases. Developers can integrate state channels directly into existing applications, allowing for direct E2E and minimal seamless deployment. So this hypergraph technology, it's a revolutionary protocol. The Constellation Hypergraph Network is powered by a secure communication protocol designed for wide open networks and concurrency. Their vision was not achievable with traditional consensus models. So that's where this PRO model that we talked about before comes into place. So they built the PRO model from ground up. And what it does is it incorporates the machine learning to balance their complex network topology with a performance-based approach to these validator rewards. And the protocol relies on a P2P reputation system, again, that is the PRO, and that will serve their consensus model while simultaneously optimizing that network topology. So let's just briefly take a quick look at the core elements here on this page. We see that the architecture, the consensus model, the node validators and the miners, and the application support. These are kind of the four core elements that allow the hypergraph technology to function properly and efficiently. All right, so Constellation Network is pretty massive. We need to talk a little bit about Mainnet 2.0 here on this next page. And this is kind of very important with the future and evolution of DAG and the Constellation Network itself. So the Mainnet 2.0, okay, that's their transformative technology. It's expanding what's possible on a decentralized exchange. So fast, scalable, and efficient, Mainnet 2.0 will be launching in the second quarter of 2022. Well, as I'm recording this video currently, we have just entered the second quarter of 2022. So this Mainnet 2.0, according to Constellation site, should be out sometime within the next 3 months. So we have a 3-phase rollout for the Mainnet 2.0, and it's done this way to design a secure network as an ecosystem where the real-world businesses can build the momentum as they create a token, develop true utility, market it, and generate value. So over there, it does say learn about soft nodes. We'll talk about soft nodes a little bit later. So specifically here, it kind of gives you a hint into soft node staking. And if you watch our follow-up video on LTX, we take a bigger and closer look at soft node staking through the Lattice Exchange platform through Constellation. But right here, we can just see kind of a UI for soft node staking. So soft nodes mirror the network rewards dynamic of Mainnet 2.0, and those running nodes are familiarized with true market economics of a validator economy, and the soft node program provides equal access to the benefits of a decentralized network for all stakeholders. So if you are running a DAG node, I believe it is 250,000 DAG to run one of those nodes, and you get a nice reward on that as well. All right, so here's the three-phase roadmap for Mainnet 2.0. So here we can see phase one. We have the L underscore zero. What is L underscore zero? Well, that stands for layer zero technology. So if we go to our next page here, we can just take a quick look at what layer zero means, and then we'll come back so we can kind of explore this roadmap a little bit more. So layer zero is also known as the data transfer layer. It's the bottom layer of the OSI model and mainly involves the integration between blockchain and traditional networks. And we'll take a look at visuals on that a little bit later. So the layer zero scaling solutions are those that do not change the blockchain structure and retain its original ecosystem rules for performance improvement. The layer zero solution is highly versatile as it does not affect the blockchain itself and is also compatible with layer 1 and layer 2 scaling solutions. They work together to multiply the performance of the blockchain network. There are still a number of numerous issues that affect performance in the underlying network protocols that need to be optimized, but the existing layer 0 scalable technologies include something called the BDN, the Blockchain Distribution Network, QIC, and the UDP. So layer 0 is kind of one of Constellation's claims to fame is how they utilize this. Especially when we do our video again on LTX, we kind of dig into how that affects LTX. But the layer zero technology is very revolutionary stuff, and it's going to help the blockchain itself with scalability, efficiency, quickness, cheapness, all of that. So phase one, they were preparing the mainnet 2.0 to ensure it can effectively manage business needs and real world utility. So that phase one was all about just developing the tokens, testing them, building it with the team, and all of that. And they were also launching node operators to get them to sign up. In phase two, we see that its main focus was to deploy that testnet. And we should be familiar that every blockchain that comes out, usually things are tested via a test net just to make sure they're functional before real world utility and things go live there. So, again, this was a phase to ensure that the mainnet 2.0 was sound and secure and it won't suffer downtime that interferes with business functions. So, they were onboarding more nodes, they were onboarding their layer 0 tokens to establish the path to cross chain swapping. And cross chain swapping, again, is that key to LTX. They're conducting a third party security audit, stress testing that network, and continuing to build that parallel with the protocol. Now, here we go. Phase three is the Mainnet 2.0 push to production. So, again, we said that Mainnet 2.0 should be released this quarter, quarter two of 2022. So they're pushing that to production. They want to deploy all their layer zero tokens for instant network utility. They're going to open a path for these layer zero tokens to have those cross chain capabilities, and they want to continue growing node operators. All right, so that's a little bit about Mainnet 2.0 and the current phases that are going on. Um, I want to now talk about this thing called the door traffic miner, which is I think is a really cool type of idea. So Constellation has created this device called the door traffic miner, and what it does is collects foot traffic data. So basically, you'll buy this device, and maybe you have a job or an apartment complex or a building or whatever it is where a lot of people come in and out of the doors. If you put this above the door, it has a technology scanning device that will read every entrance and exit of people walking through. And what it does is it allows you to earn crypto rewards. And we can see here some potential rewards here. They're paid out in DAG. Um, and they sampled those numbers with using 3,000 of the door traffic miner units. All right, so in the DAG white paper, it's a big white paper. There's a lot to read through, but I just want to quickly show you guys the nodes, checkpoint processes, and validator processes, because again, this is how all this stuff runs and is done through decentralized technologies here. So the nodes, specifically, there are basic nodes, and they send transactions and host a member's individual chain. Each of those individual chains forms a DAG with others on the network when a transaction is made and is hashed into linear blocks. The checkpoint processes, so these are the node processes, they're the ones that perform consensus on transactions. They fill a buffer and are hashed into checkpoint blocks. And these collections of transactions are hashed and become the next block in the main chain. Finally, we have the validator processes, and these are the validator nodes which run these validation processes and host the current chain state and hence seed the chain state history to nodes on the network. So these three nodes and processes are very important with maintaining that blockchain integrity. So that's most of our information here on DAG for today's video, but we're going to just take a quick look at market cap of. So right now we have DAG again, it's around 18 cents. And with the market cap of Ethereum, it comes out to about $165 a coin, which is a 909 multiplier of whatever you put in, current price to that in market cap. So is that price achievable? You know what? I think crazy numbers are very possible for coins with real world utility, coins that have a use case. It might not be an overnight type of thing. That's kind of crazy to go from 18 cents to $164 overnight. But maybe 5, 10, 20 years down the road, mass adoption, utility, use case, scarcity, all these different things will come into play and drive that price of DAG up. So thank you guys for joining. We're going to take a quick look at one more Twitter page that was sent to me the other day. And it's a cool NFT marketplace. And what they do is it's a next-gen layer 0 NFT marketplace where they do use DAG as their main currency for their market. Just wanted to show you guys that because I thought that was pretty cool to they have that built out on Constellation, utilizing that layer 0 technology and utilizing the main DAG token as well. So again, thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our video because we are going to continue giving our community videos on the coins that they vote on in our Discord. So again, this video was because our community in our Discord voted for DAG as a coin that they wanted us to look at. Thanks again for joining us today, and we'll catch you in the next one.